Right, so hi everyone. I thought I could make a quick video about trading greyhounds. It's something I'll be getting into a little bit recently. It gives extra opportunity to make a little bit of money when the horse racing isn't on. Obviously, the most money is to be made on horse racing. There's a lot more money moving through the market, some more opportunity. But greyhounds are pretty good too. This is on a Sunday night. The meeting was Henlow, and the horse racing finishes at about 5 o'clock, 5:30 on a Sunday at the moment. And obviously through the winter months as well, there won't be any evening racing at all. So I think Greyhounds offers a nice alternative. So you can see this Greyhound race. It's 7 minutes left to the off, and already it's £3,000 match on the favourite there, Black Rose June. And on Henlow you get this quite often, and it's a good opportunity to trade basically and make a bit of money. So you can see on Black Rose June, it's the prices have been bouncing around between sort of 2.5 and 2.22, because they're bouncing around at the moment, I was trying to make the most of the opportunity and scalp out some money really. So when you're horse racing, then when you're scalping, you're making 1 or 2 ticks at a time. With this one, I'm actually putting the my stakes 4, 5, 6 ticks apart, and making some money that way, and also keeping some money well outside the stake the prices there. So you can see I've got some money there at 2.08, just in case there's a spike that comes down and takes that. It puts me in a favourable position. In the meantime, I've got mine on the 3 greyhounds to the right. So at the moment, they're all at a price where any sort of violent movement could affect the price of Black Rose June and actually push it outside those that range that it's been trading in for the last few minutes or so. So Fire Height Tosh, I can see that's coming in a little bit, but at the same time, the other 2 horses on the right are sort of, they're not doing too much. They're moving out. Well, Diddy Diddle Dum's moving out a little bit, so I'm not too worried about things at the moment. I think it's really evening out. And Black Rose June, I think I'm just going to keep scalping out a bit more money for the time being. But what I found in these types of situations is that when it comes to around 5 minutes to the off, then more and more money comes into the market and starts pushing the greyhounds one direction or other. So it's something to watch out for when you're doing this. So for the time being, I think I'm just carrying on as I am, just popping some money there on the back and lay side in the middle, and keeping some money outside the prices just in case a spike comes in. So I'm on about £4.50 so far, so that's pretty good really for a greyhound race. So again, keep an eye on the greyhounds on the right. So Fire Height Tosh is coming in a little bit, but at the same time, the other 2, they're not moving too much. So it's nothing to be worried about at the moment. So I think I'm just going to carry on and do a bit more scalping. So there you go. So I'm over £5 made now. So I'm going to continue doing this. So you could probably do this with higher stakes than £37. £37 is something that I felt comfortable using at the time. Also, if things didn't go my way, very suddenly, then I'm not going to have massive amounts of money in the market, and it's better for me psychologically just to have smaller amounts of money and play with what I feel comfortable with trading with. Alright, so I think I'll just carrying this down for the moment. You can see though on Black Rose June, if you look at the Betfair graph, it looks as though the price is just moving out a little bit. There's a slight upward trend there. And it's happening very gradually as well, so it looks as though it is an actual trend. So I'm really keeping an eye on that and expecting that maybe to keep moving out. As a result of that, and you can see I've put my prices in, put my stakes at slightly higher prices of Black Rose June now, and I'm just keeping the real eye now, because we're on 3 minutes 54 to go, keeping a real eye on the 3 greyhounds to the right. Okay, so still not too much happening, but again, looking at that Betfair graph at the bottom of Black Rose June, then that trend, it seems to be continuing, and it's creeping upwards there on the charts, on the ladder. So I'm just adjusting where my stakes are to reflect that. So Fire Height Tosh is still around where it has been for the last few minutes, but at the same time, the other 2 greyhounds on the right, it looks as if they're coming in. The prices are steaming in a little bit, and that's probably what's affecting Black Rose June there and pushing that price out up towards 2.5. 2.5 is a real pivot point, so I'm going to just sort of go with this trend and see what happens, but make a note of what's going to happen around the 2.5 mark. So all three horses to the right seem to be coming in a little bit now. So as that's happening, Black Rose June is being pushed out more and more. So I'm just trying to jump on that trend, but at the same time watching out, because it may reach that 2.5 and then start flying back down again. And all the people trading this might try and hedge up and take some of the profit and take some of the money back. Alright, so we're at 2.5 now, and it looks as though it's going to move back down again. There you go, so you've got to watch out for this. So it's going to start moving back down. The fire height toss is drifting out again. So we're only 2 minutes to the off now, so this is where scalping becomes a little bit more difficult, and you start to look out for more of a swing in the price really, and movement in a certain direction. So Black Rose June, it looks as though, looking at that Betfair graphic, you can see it's sort of bumbling around at the 2.5 mark, and it might come back down again. So I'm still trying to scalp out a little bit, because it's still a relatively stable market. It's not really volatile, and the price is swinging sort of 10 ticks at a time, and that trend's carrying on. It's still bouncing around, but it's following a certain trend. So I think on that basis, I'm still taking out a few ticks. If it really starts to push down really quickly, and that trend seems to be really strong, then I wouldn't do this. We may be looking to either take a swing, so put it back in and maybe take a layout a few more ticks down, or just stay out of the market at all, because I've already made about £6 here. So you've got 1 minute 25 to go. I think at this stage I'm just trying to scalp out a few more ticks, and I think really at this stage you start thinking about stopping to trade, because it's that last minute or so when there's that much money in the market. We've got about £30,000 in the market now. That last minute is a time when things can really start to move a certain way, and sometimes it can move the way that you're not really expecting. So when you've already greened up for a good profit, sometimes it's good just to get out in these types of environments a minute before the off. Obviously, on other greyhound races where they haven't got this sort of liquidity, and things are a lot more volatile, then it may be the case that you can only start trading within the last minute. But I think when you've got this money matched at Henlow, then it's a good idea to maybe start hedging up around the 1 minute mark, unless you're quite good at trading in that last minute, which I'm not really. So as you can tell here, I'm starting to lose some of that profit already. So I think I'll eventually green up for about 6.27. Looking at the fire height toss, that's really coming in now. So I think I just left it there. Okay, thanks. Hope you enjoyed.